to touch my heart. You're my sugar. Oh, baby, it's sweeter when you stir it up. Oh, when I'm taking sips from your tasty lips, seems the honey there fairly drips. 'Cause your confection, goodness knows, you're my honeysuckle rose. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. How about it for Miles Jensen? That was wonderful, Miles. Thank you so much out here. I am checking in from the kitchen of my place that I am renting out today as I finish some performances over here at Disney. And I just want to wish you all a happy new year and a happy Saturday as we are here back at Crescendo on January 8th. It's really exciting. We got something cool new today that we're going to announce soon, but stick around. I'm going to see if I can get myself into the Discord as well. My messages say it's not wanting to load today, so for some reason. But if you are in the Discord, shout out to all of you. If you are out on the YouTube by chance as well, shout out to all of you as well. So remember to make sure to check in over at the Discord, discord.gg/NFT, because today we are going to give as always, we give you a POAP. And in case you're new around here, remember your POAP is your proof of attendance protocol. All of these turn into little tokens that you get to keep, and you get to use them to access special things that we are releasing here at JAX in the JAX community. So, I want to go ahead and put this out there actually now because I can't wait anymore. On January 29th, we're going to be doing the Crescendo program. We're going to be dropping the official profile NFT from JAX called the TGs, kind of like the BGs, but TGs. If you're familiar, if you go back to music that far enough, the BGs. So these are TGs, as in from one of our very extraordinary artists and producers, Tony Guerrero. Now, if you haven't seen Tony Guerrero, he's a wonderful trumpet player and an artist as well, who is going to be releasing these things. And what's cool is that we have 7,777 unique TGs with 7 traits that we are going to be putting on each of these. And they're going to be packing some incredible membership benefits, including things like Jax token rewards for up to 10 years, y'all. 10 years of rewards that you can check into. So, pretty cool. I think y'all should get in on this. I did get to see what the you can actually find out the what it's going to look like because we have the founders key available on OpenSea right now. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get a confirmation on the price here for that, but you can check it out. It is, it's gonna alright, it looks like we're gonna be putting those out for 0.77 ETH, and 77 of the founders keys are gonna be out. So, you can only get those 77, and, once they're out, the NFT game. Y'all know the NFT game, they're here. So, make sure to check that out. It's pretty cool. It's on OpenSea. I'll see if we can get a link up, for everybody to see there, and, because we got this available on OpenSea right now, for the founders key by MetaJAX. Or if you have your OpenSea, just type in TEEGEES, that's, TGs, and then look up the Founders Key by MetaJax. That'll pop up. You got this cool, like, little retro looking character playing the trumpet with, like, a yellowish background. It's really cool. Very cool, very cool. So yeah, so that's gonna be something happening January 29th. We're gonna start releasing those 7,777. Y'all should check it out. So, what else have we got here today? Um, the MetaJax PFP membership series is produced by jazz musicians for jazz musicians and all those who love jazz musicians, and it's also designed to offer long-term benefits. And jazz is the foundation of modern music. A lot of things that we hear, I definitely hear a lot of cool chord changes happening, especially in some of the music that's starting to come out right now. So what's going to be cool is I think one day if we can ever get some of our jazz musicians to get sampled by some of the modern day artists, and if all that music is tied into the NFT world, I think that's going to be a wonderful thing for musicians. So this is one of the things we want to continue to sample, create more and more music, not just for the sake of sampling, but also to give our artists a chance to really succeed in this music industry nowadays. So it'd be wonderful. So for today, we are offering our MetaJax fans and family the opportunity to be founding member of the TG collection. So make sure to go to OpenSea now and secure your TG founder key, which will lock your in spot for one of the 77 TG founders keys that have been amazing feature of yielding 7 JAX tokens every week for 7 years, beginning February 14th, 2022. So scoop up a TG founder key now on OpenSea for 0.77 ETH on the Polygon network. And once you're on January 29th, our broadcast will be the first 777 TGs. Will also reward its TG holders with 1 JAX token a week for 7 years. Wow. That's a lot. That's really cool. So the remaining TG holders will receive 1 JAX token per month for the next 7 years. So there's still perks even if you aren't one of the first 777. But if you get the 777, one of the first ones, that's going to be pretty cool. So I make sure to get that. And should we check in with our team, see who else is here today? I think great. You know what? Our producer's letting us know we're going to hear another performance from Miles here in a moment. So let's pass it on over to Miles. And don't forget the POAP rewards. We'll be getting those up on the Discord pretty soon here. All right, take it away, Miles. Ooh. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are on this beautiful Saturday morning. And once again, thank you, Miles Jensen. How about it? How about it? Let's check in with our team who we got here today. I think we got our good buddy Easy. Let's get Easy in on this. And let's continue chatting about these awesome TGs that are going to be coming. So welcome. Let's see. We got Easy in there. Hey,
all
welcome,
right.
Easy.
Thanks. Nice to be back. It's kind of crazy. I think it was I think one Crescendo, but it feels like it's been, just like weeks and weeks. It was kind of a crazy New Year's, but it sure is nice to be here. This coming year I think is going to be incredible for the growth of JAX, music on the blockchain and in general. But yeah, very excited. Very, very cool to hear about these TGs, these first 77 that come out are sounding pretty special. I'm gonna have to be squirreling away some ETH so I can try and snag one of these super special founders TGs, because I know there's gonna be a lot going on coming up. This summer we've got the CryptoJazz Fest coming back around, and the inside scoop is these first 77 are pretty much your access to kind of everything JAX Jazz. So I think this is a very cool way to be able to provide some of these early ones, these first 77, with some really beefy benefits, and then having it open up a little down the line with a more more affordable one that more people can access easier, but not necessarily giving you as much kind of special sauce.
Right. Gosh, that weekly drop sounds like, that's pretty generous, I think, to have the, sorry, I'm having technical issues here at the moment.
I think
Take over for just a moment.
Yeah, sounding good here on my side, looking good on my side. I think
I keep trying to go ahead. I was just saying I keep trying to join the Discord, but it keeps taking me to the live chat, so I'm hearing double audio is what I'm happening.
That definitely gets gets a little confusing, because you're like hearing your echo, everything. There's like your audio that you're saying, and then you're delayed, and you're trying to like decide which one you kind of reply to.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, those tokens, you know, I think it was 7 a week, so that's basically a JAX a day, for 7 years. That's a pretty good stack of JAX.
It sure is. For sure, for sure. And then yeah, I'm excited. I'm personally really dig this style of art. This is one of my I'm a big fan of like that mid-century modern stuff. And I think from the looks of this Founder's Key, it's very much in that mid-century modern style. It reminds me of like the old cartoons of if you ever watch like you know the people who made like Yogi Bear, I think were like Hanna-Barbera.
Right.
And it reminds me of that kind of style of cartooning. And I'm just that, and even a little bit of what's the guy's name? Chuck, who did the Bugs Bunny and everything.
I'm blanking on his name.
Chuck something. Anybody? It is Chuck, right? Yeah, Chuck something. If anybody can help us out there. But if it was his artist, I went to go see one of his exhibits one time when he had it nearby a place in Santa Ana. And gosh, it's just, I think I'm personally like, I love this style of art. So this is something I feel like when the extra ones drop, you know, for 0.77, I'm probably going to spend all of my Ethereum salary on this. It's going to be
yeah, no, it's a very kind of nostalgic, fun style of art. You know, it definitely brings me back to that kind of Hanna-Barbera epic. And, you know, there was, you know, when I was a kid growing up, there was like jazz and stuff in cartoons. There'd be people, you know, trumpets and trombones and kind of like, you know, of course there'd be some wacky something that happens, but I mean, I guess I'm not up on my current cartoons, but I don't think there's probably as much like jazz as there used to be. Maybe somehow we can bring that back. You know, I think even you know, cartoons, that's something that already there's some animated NFT related projects, shows happening. So, you know, getting maybe, you know, some jazzy soundtracks in there or something is something we can look at. It's like, you know, just kind of digesting everything out there and seeing, you know, where can Web3 in collaboration get great music back into, you know, the kind of standard entertainments of the day.
Yeah, absolutely. And I get all the ideas when I see things like this and thinking about what we could potentially do with our community here, and it makes me think like we could even maybe like someday if we find a really great animator, even possibly like animate these things into like a mini cartoon series, put like out little shorts. That could even be an NFT release. I get this idea from, I've seen a couple other of the NFT releases. There's one of them that's going to be released on Apple TV that's coming out. But I thought something like that, it just gives me like even Snoopy vibes, you know, because they had the jazz music and Snoopy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then he'd get Tony's quartet or, you know, big band, anything really. And it'd be an awesome way to really support all of the artists that we have there. So if anybody out there happens to be an animator, I don't know.
I love that idea.
We could just put out into the universe to see if it comes to fruition someday.
Very cool. And yeah, I think, you know, that's one of the amazing things about, I think, this community too, is, you know, you throw the ideas out like that, and more often than not, somebody bites, you know, and this could get picked up, you know, a couple of weeks from now, there could be a meeting going on about creating this, you know, so it's great just to share all these ideas too, I think, and just kind of, you know, express ourselves to the utmost, because it's true. You just never know what might happen when the right person, you know, happens to be in the room, you know, hanging out or just listening in.
Yeah, exactly. Well, shoot, you know, let me check in with our producer, Tim. Do we got anything else we want to cover today? All right. Looks like we're going to actually get a visit from our producer here in just a second, everybody. Let's
All right.
here. Cool. While you do that, I'm going to make sure I join the club because I feel left out because I don't have any sunglasses on or glasses at all. So
there we go.
Yeah, you know, I likewise looking at Easy there. I'm just I'm motivated to put the specs on. you know?
Yeah.
So here we go. Yeah. So, but on this, on the TGs, PFP, you know, if there's ever an opportunity to have people come together as the club, it's got to be in the jazz combo, right? And even if you're not a musician, you get a chance to identify and to line up and to support the musicians that you love. And this gives an option for you to actually, if you're holding a TG, you're going to be able to attach your TG to some of the artists that are in MetaJAX, so that you'll be able to share some benefits with them that we'll talk about in the weeks to come. But if you think about of the 7 traits, so there's 7 traits to this to these PFPs, and of course one of those traits are instruments, and so we'll have all the jazz instruments that you would imagine and expect, but there will also be a few magical instruments, a few rare ones that that you just might want to have, and we also kind of imagine that some of these PFPs will join together and be a band. You talk about, hey, think about that, right? And think about what some of these metaverse jazz combos and trios, quartets, quintets, big bands, what these might do. I mean, I think the possibilities are pretty wild of what can evolve just from the magic of a PFP with utility. Because we've got real music. We're making real music here. It's I can't wait until the avatar of Miles is able to take the load off of Miles at some point. But that day will come. But we've got real musicians making real music, and so these PFPs are going to line up with our musicians and with the music being made, and it's going to surprise us, because that's the great thing about communities, is that what's born out of the community and what's born out of the crowd, so to speak, some of that can just be truly surprising and amazing. And in my opinion, I love surprises. So I'm looking forward to this, being able to really help grow the community and help other people get involved and that are into jazz, loving jazz, and looking for a way to participate in MetaJAX, because that's what 2022 is bringing for MetaJAX. It's going to be the on-ramps for lots of people to get into the ecosystem, to participate and to create and innovate and share music. That's what I think. We can't even imagine what these TGs are actually going to create and produce. I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
That's really, really cool to have something that can be kind of just exponentially growing itself. So to have these, these founders tokens that offer you, kind of XYZ right now, but to be able to know that going into this, there's just going to be, as more technology comes forward, as more events are going on, that this can just be your key to be able to, I can get in over here because I have one of the OG founder TGs. I can throw down some, maybe even like, be able to help forge a certain direction on a certain project, or be like, oh, well, I'd like to throw my TG weight behind, supporting so-and-so and trying to get them, a certain spot on a certain show or something. So it's really interesting, looking forward, thinking about these things that we don't even know the full value sometimes of what we're even creating or purchasing or supporting, or it's just such a different world out there.
Yeah, and with the live events we have coming up, to be able to have, to be a part of that, to be an insider, a member of the community, whether it's the CryptoJazz Festival coming up July 7 through 10, or if it's one of the tour dates that we're talking about, going around at this point just the U.S., but looking into next year, being able to do some international trips. This is like everybody working together and building out the foundation of jazz 3.0, because that's what we're That's what we're talking about. And I really believe there's tremendous long-term value, and that what we're doing is creating an ecosystem that's going to truly support these musicians for generations. And so this isn't some small, short-term type of thing we're talking about. This
Right.
is foundational for the long-term longevity.
We definitely have a great team here that's like very long-term invested, putting in a lot of work into things. And what I personally love as NFTs continue to get more and more discovered by people is that we're also learning that it's more than just maybe the art. Not to take away from the art that it is, not the little clip that you have, whatever it might be, that represents this. I mean, we're buying into contracts here, long-term contracts that will be self-managed and things that will continue to benefit that whatever the MetaJAX and and our people that are our team decide to put with these NFTs are just going to be long-term investments that'll keep coming our way. And you're completely verified through the blockchain that you are a part of this. This is the same reason we got the POAPs to prove that you were here, and all these things that just continue to help our grow. And I believe I'm definitely a believer. It's one of the reasons I'm very happily hosting here with everybody on Saturday mornings, because I believe in what this could potentially do for our jazz musicians. I believe in what it can do for everybody that's going to be involved in investing into the community as well. I think that's just something that's great about this team. Everybody here does believe as well. And it seems like everyone here in our live chats and everything, and that join on these live streams every Saturday, are also very much believers in this. So, if we can find ways to kind of continue to build our community and say, hey, would you like to believe, would you like to, be a part of this, helping jazz find a new way to make it into the music industry? Because there are definitely a lot of jazz aficionados out there, maybe people who even don't know about jazz and such yet. But we've got a wonderful community of musicians and everybody we are trying to bring into this. And with everyone's help out there, we can make all of this that we are dreaming now and that we have yet to dream possible. So it's so limitless what we could be doing here, #limitless. But so I think that's why I remain hopeful, and I'm so excited to see how this continues to benefit everybody.
Absolutely. I mean, I think we're in such a historic position where we're lucky, we're blessed, we're fortunate, we have responsibilities, like all these different things and feelings and kind of swirling around, because it is such a transformational time for music, for artists, working together. So I think this actually, looking back in a decade, or even just a couple years, because time seems to move so fast these days. But this could be like something really historic, because this is, this team, this mission, this ethos is really more than just, having some great music or earning a little bit off NFTs, or musicians making a better living and having more freedom. Like, each of these things is important in its own way, but when you put all of it together, it becomes such this weighty, heavy opportunity and change. So I think that if possible, and you're a jazz lover and you can get one of these founders tokens, that's going to be a pretty historic accomplishment, looking back in a decade or 20 years, or whenever they're in 30 years, when they're like making the documentaries about these early days that everybody's watching or whatever. Like, this is going to be these are the movers and shakers, the people we're hanging out with, that are really helping to make it possible to push it forward by throwing down a little ETH, and yes, getting the benefits, but also having the support is enabling so much more also. So like, it's such a two-way street of like the benefit just pouring back and forth both ways, and I think really helping to establish this whole jazz 3.0. I mean, it's real, it's coming.
Yeah, I believe that. And that's, I think, what makes our NFTs so unique, because you share in true ownership and rewards with the artists and performers like Arturo Sandoval and Tawanda, and many more that we are going to be having coming in the coming days and months ahead of us. So I'd like to just say, with we got a wonderful community here, and with the JAX tokens that are only available by staking your silver NFTs, JAX becomes quite a valuable crypto. So, you get in on these TGs, you're going to be able to get those JAX tokens, especially on that founder token and even the other ones afterwards. But what's our date? January 29th, Ian? That's correct. So January 29th, we're gonna be promoting that right here every week. Until then, I think that's only maybe a couple weeks away or so. So gather around, everybody, because this is 3 weeks away. We are very close, very excited about this. And don't forget that if you continue to support or help other people get in on this, we are also supporting currently Arturo and Tawanda. They're going to continue to be supported by all of this. So perhaps the coolest thing of it all is the JAX Media Player at WhaleStreet.xyz, where you can actually view and listen to the high fidelity music performance while watching your staking position grow right in front of you. So keep a track of everything that we've got going on here at jaxblast.com. That's JAXblast.com. And you could join us every Saturday live at 10 a.m. here and chat with us in the TokenSmart Discord. Shout out again once to everybody who over in the Discord. I'm glad I finally got things working and I could chat with you a little bit. Yeah, so remember, get your POAPs here to show that you were here, part of us with the beginning on these grassroots level here. And it's just wonderful to see our community continue to grow. So thank you, everybody. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and take us out with some jazz by the wonderful Miles and continue. Wish you a wonderful Saturday, wonderful weekend, and we will see you later.
All right. See you next week.
your honey there fairly drip. 'Cause your confection, goodness knows, you're my honeysuckle rose, yeah.